you say I've stayed 2 months, remember when I came, I said, look, first of all, for those who have not developed the plots of land given to them, that would have to revoke, and which we have revoked. We also said that those who would have started the processes of submitting their building plans. Sometimes too, they submit, but it takes the development control sometime to approve the building plan. And I said, in such cases, you cannot lay the whole blame on them. Part of the blame will also go to development control. So when I say development control, you have this period to clear all the backlogs of those who have applied and have not gotten their building plans. Those who have gotten their building plans, you have no choice. But within the next 3 months, you must have to start something to show that you are serious. But I can tell you how Nigerians are. That mere announcement alone. Go and see those who have had building approvals. They're all over the place building. That's Nigeria for you. So you would have asked, if we did not threaten, it means nothing would have happened. And don't say, when people say initial gara, they know the kind of person they are talking about, not to be. They know the group of people, they know that initial gara for what? Like you may say. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do. What I will not do, I will not do it. So if you want to test whether we have the will to do what we have said we are going to do, just try. We have advertised that, look, go and pay your ground rent, right? Now 2 weeks. If you don't pay your ground rent, we will revoke. It's not what I'm saying. Today we have given another 2 weeks for those who have not complied, right? If these 2 weeks passes, don't say, like you said, we have given 2 weeks, nothing will happen. We did not, we have given another 2 weeks, nothing will happen. But I can tell you something will happen. And then you will see complaints. They will be sending people to you. Or talk to him. There's nothing to talk to me. I mean, simple compliance is a covenant you have with government for government to have given you that place. That every year, this amount of money should be paid. How much is it? Check all this year, for example, some 100-something thousand naira a year, some 50-something thousand naira a year. And then you will not comply for more than 10 years because nothing will happen. I mean, I've never seen a country like this where nobody thinks that something will happen. Oh, I've only told people that the mere fact that nothing happened yesterday does not mean that nothing will happen today. The mere fact that nothing happens today does not mean that nothing will happen tomorrow. Don't ever take it for granted. As far as I'm concerned, with the opportunity I have as the Minister of FCT, everything I say, I will make sure I do it. Everything I have told them, I'm going to do it because I know it's for the interest of the FCT. It's not for my own personal interest. Look, before I came, would you have said that there's any contract going on anywhere? Before I came, were there contractors anywhere? Now, I came. What happened? That the contractors are back. I mean, it's simple. What happened that the contractors are back? Why are they not paid? What's this money here for? I don't know. Oh, language, or this budget, this, no. I don't hear that grammar. I don't hear that. We must have to do the financial engineering.
Your Excellency.
These contractors must go back to site. Look at the resident of Vice President awarded in 2010. Do you know what that means? Do you know the embarrassment? 2010. for the official residence of the Vice President. This is 13 good years uncompleted. At how much? 7 billion naira 2010. They abandoned. Now go and see the variation Just Berger started for 13 good years. I don't know how in my state as a governor, how anybody would tell me that I would do a project for 7 years, for 2 years, 3 years. How? How? No project when I know there's no financial backing. It is not to satisfy people. And when I came on board, I made sure that, look, even projects that were awarded by the previous government, I never abandoned them. Because the government is a continuum. It is public funds. And I made sure I acknowledge that this project was started by the previous government, but we have no choice but to complete the project. And that's what we are doing now, as directed by Mr. President. We are not going for any new project. Just because, except when it is very, very necessary. Except when it is very, very necessary. And that's the difference we're trying to show.
Okay. Excellency, staying with the abandoned project, you visited the Millennium Tower.
Yes.
Of course, it's one of those projects that have taken years, and up till now, we're yet to see any meaningful progress with that project. Until you came on board, and you part of what you proposed was a partnership, private and of course public partnership, to see how the Millennium Tower can kick off, and then of course it will be of use to residents of Abuja. But I would like to ask you, a handful of abandoned projects, how do you intend to fund all of these projects?
As at yesterday, of all the projects, the total debt 1.3 trillion naira equivalent. Naira. Dollar, about 1.6 billion, $1.6 million. Euro, about 94,000 euro. Right? Like I said, you mentioned these Millennium Towers. I hope you have an idea when that project was awarded. Fantastic project. To make a city a city. If that project is completed, it is going to change the entire landscape of Abuja. It has everything. But if I tell you the initial cost and to what it is now, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. I've never seen where a country that believes in variation. That cost was about something billion. It got to 50 something billion. As at 2020, the certificate of no objection, 114 billion. 2020. That even certificate has not been presented to FEC. We are trying to, we're looking at the memos to send to Federal Council as against Monday to approve for some projects that they have had a certificate of no objection. So when they brought this matter, 2020, certificate of no objection, 114. This is 3 years. You want me to go and present? So I will not do that. You better write back to the BB to council that and give you a new certificate of no objection. Now, one of the things I feel so happy today is what the president has done to see how we can leverage and confront these so many abandoned projects. How do you leverage? It's by bringing that out of this single treasury account. If Mr. President does not want development, he will have continued with other governments have done. Yes, he will have continued. When he saw the advantages, that look, this will help the FCT to leverage on funds and then tackle these issues of uncompleted or abandoned projects. Now, what that means is that we can leverage on a wider financial market. I need 500 billion naira through the National Assembly. Take, for example, in our next budgeting system, for our statutory budget through the IGR. But I don't have the money. Central Bank cannot give us money. And I can't go to the bank, give us the same. How can we give you? What will you use to pay back? So the advantage we have now that we can now bank with commercial banks, right? And so listen, we need 500 billion to pay 4 years, as the case may be. What's our IGR base? Probably, say maybe 20 billion, for example. It's okay.
That's monthly?
Yes, monthly. It's okay. Bank, why not collect 10 billion every month for 4 years to recover the money of giving to us to carry out projects? We still have 10 billion to do other things. But you could imagine what would have happened with the 500 billion you have. In that case, we are talking about 1.something trillion actually. Now you've been able to cut it almost at 50%. Simple. And if it's not done that way, if you like, stay here for 16 years as FCT minister, it can't work. No bank will give you money without
collateral.
A collateral. I can tell you, since the president removed for single treasury account, I can tell you amount of pressure that banks have been putting here. Yesterday, I saw a letter from the bank offering us to give over 150 billion. I was laughing. I've not even made any request to the National Assembly. They are now. That is to tell you. And it takes leadership, political leadership, political will to have seen the merits of putting out of this in order for you to leverage on finances to develop FCT.
So you weren't worried about dissenting voices?
What dissenting for? Those who don't want things to move will always not want things to move. You see, it's a forget about the problem people have. Some people may be angry. They complain, you have a minister, is weak, he's not performing. They complain, you have this minister, he's too tough, he does not. You know, there's nothing you do that people will not come. What is the anger is that they're going to see development. And why should you come? Why should you be one minister serving under the government? It's not that they don't, it's that why should he be?
What about the concern of the rationale behind the TSA, the idea of transparency?
What is transparency there? We are not a revenue agent of federal government.
So do you have a self-regulatory mechanism now?
Like I said now, what is to look? To block loopholes of government funds. We don't collect revenue for federal government. Do we? We don't. Two, the national budget goes to gifts. It's too online that the money is being paid. So it has nothing to say it will not show transparency. No, it's not correct. What's the transparency here? You are getting money through the approval of National Assembly. Right? Through the approval of National Assembly. You must go for procurement. Right? You must go for procurement. The law has said what percentage you must pay as mobilization, which you must comply with before you not of an interim certificate about work done. My happiness is that, look, and I don't know what anybody may say. It depends on what you have in mind. Since I have the confidence of Mr. President to do this work, you will see the difference that Mr. President did not make a mistake in allowing us to participate in his administration. It is not like film. You will see it clearly from next year what's going on. Just go. I called Jonas Becker and said, go back to your site. CGC, go back to your site. Gilmore, go back to your site. Cetrago, go back to your site. And I said, look, can you finish the projects before the 1 year of Mr. President? He said, yes. You are sure? Yes. Can you commit yourself? Yes. Take the money. All I want is people are happy that under Mr. President's administration, Abuja has taken a different dimension. That is just what I'm trying to, what we are trying to do. Make people to be happy. Give them back that new hope. They have lost hope since. Now that hope has, look, we can now believe, yes, there will be development in FCT. And it is clear, a man who has foresight, how can there be, how will we access funds? Look at the loans. They said FCT took for the metro line with China loan and this. Have we paid our own counterpart? Where are we going to get the foreign exchange from? Who are we going to get it from? Two, the budget have also been funded.
Your Excellency, Gloria alluded to something about civil service. I mean, civil servants.
Yeah.
You said you won't let the cat out of the bag. But we would hope that we would just dip into the bag a little bit, in the sense that the FCT Civil Service Commission is supposed to come on stream. The Joint Action Committee members of the Joint Action Committee said this has been in the works for over 20 years.
Yeah.
How are you able to push this over the line in 2 months?
It's not about me. It's about the president. It's about the president. You see, he understands the system. When I went to him, look, this law has been there. It's just implementation. Initially, I thought, because he posed the question, I thought he was not going to approve it, not knowing that he wanted me to explain more. And I said, sir, you need the hope agenda. What is the hope we are giving them now? What is the hope? You said you need the hope agenda. These people cannot have career progression. People have lost hope. You can imagine where you want to be a judge, and your aim is to get to Supreme Court, which is the apex. You're a civil servant. Your aim is to get to the permanent secretary, which is the highest. But you're certified. I can't grow. I will only earn as a director and go. Would there be a commitment? Would there be that passion for the job you are doing? And he laughed. Mr. President laughed. He said, this is what we're talking about. And look at the reaction from the civil servants. Oh, I can be a permanent secretary now. I can be a permanent secretary. If I don't, not because there was no hope, maybe it didn't get to my own turn. But civil servants of the FCT can now say, I'm going to work hard. My idea, my intention is to be the permanent secretary. There's nothing you can do in life that's a look, giving somebody hope. And that's what Mr. President did, to bring back the hope. Don't worry, your hopes are not shattered. No, they are not shattered. No, I will not allow it. go and implement this law. If there are challenges, we'll see that. But go and implement the law. To bring back the hope of those who have lost hope. That is leadership. That is political will. There are those who may not be happy about it, who have tried to scuttle it for their own selfish interest. I can tell you something. There are directors here who are senior to the permanent secretary posted here.
Wow.
Yes. There are directors. Now they are still director under the office of permanent secretary. But
Because you asked what was the rationale behind that before
of
now?
course, you see, when people don't want to do the right thing, everybody knows that. Look, okay, you see, you have FCT police command. Why are we having FCT police command? FCT is supposed to be seen as a state. We're having area councils. Do you know what I mean? FCT employs people here. The civil servants are not brought from the ministry down here, no. No. So many people think that, oh, there are those who are the top there. If we allow these our powers, I've been taking what powers? It's not about you. It's about institution. How to make institution work. It's not, oh, I would have been the one that would have posted a power sector to that place. That is all. Nothing more. And that's the question. And for me, that action taken by Mr. President, I will give all my best to actualize the renewed hope. Because what I like in life is I'm working with somebody whom I know is committed to the work, whom I know that wants to achieve it, and not giving excuses. I mean, I can look at you, I can see whether you are serious in this thing or not. These three things were done in one day. The whole FCT has no women have no role to play. You have mandate secretary for this, mandate secretary for that, but nobody talks about women. And part of his priority area is inclusivity. Don't exclude people. Women, not only women, youth don't. And he didn't waste time. We made a memo to him. There's a need to have mandate for women. Approved. Look at the joy in women. Why won't you be happy that we can now talk about women being involved in what happens in the FCT, unlike what it used to be? So it is, everybody can see the science in FCT that things are going to be better. Things are going to be better.
Some see even these signs we're talking about. They say that, of course, we've gained more traction in terms of developing, the city and making FCT more autonomous. Are you looking at the area of the mayoralty, the FCT?
That's not a problem. It's not the issue of mayoralty. It's the issue of, you can have mayoralty, but then you may not be able to move the city. That's not the point. The point for me is having the advantage of the opportunity to develop the city. It is not, you see, what makes the city is not because of the name. It's not because of the name. After all, we have created states, yes. We can count how many states have created for so many years, yes. What is the level of development? Development is you. What do you have? What commitment? What passion? It is not about the nomenclature. I was council chairman, and it was obvious, it was seen everybody saw development in that local government. Everybody saw it. It's not a question of whether some people tell you we don't have money. It's not that. No money is enough everywhere. No money is enough. The little you have, you should be able to make use of it. And you see the people would know that, oh yes, we're happy. We have seen the $10,000 that Naira he has gotten. He has spent not less than 8 Naira. And we can see it. And that is what we want to say in FCT. If now the president has given us opportunity for us to have access to funds, can we see the development? Can we see the infrastructure growth? That's what we're talking about. That's what Nigerians should say. President has done this, have given you this opportunity. Can we now begin to see the development, the changes in FCT? And that's what we're trying to say.
The idea of naysayers, you know, I don't know whether you're aware, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria have even written to say that they want to question the rationale behind the mandate secretary for Women Affairs Secretariat. And part of the things they mentioned, coincidentally you even talked about it, that why women? Is it a political patronage that this happened a few days after you visited the First Lady? I'm just putting it out there for you to respond. And for them, they believe that this should be about family affairs, that women are practically doing well.
Let me tell you, I've been in governance, I've been in government. I'm not those who don't sit down. And so because I visited the First Lady, I mean, that was a political patronage. You see, we take things out of context. I have a right to visit the First Lady. We want to partner with you. I want to make a memo. Because in your own course of carrying out your activities, how do you relate with women of the FCT? And she said, look, that would be wonderful if people can do that. She never called me to say one day. No, people should stop. That's why I said in Nigeria, what we did, is it good or not? It's not whether you saw so person. I mean, let us stop chasing shadows. This action taken, if it is good, and would help to include the women in the affairs of government, why not acknowledge it and forget where the idea came from? Assuming, though not conceding, that the idea came from the First Lady, and it is a positive thing, why not be happy? Why would he say, oh, because it came from the First Lady? What kind of, you see, these are the things I don't like to listen to it. I don't even hear about it. I don't give opportunity for anybody to even tell me about it. Because it doesn't make sense. And focus. This thing, will it help? In which way will it help? That is our concern. Forget about who brought the idea. Talk about the relevance of the idea and how impactful it will be. My enemy, I can listen to my enemy talking. And that's how he has made a point. I take that point and go and walk. It doesn't matter because it came out from my political enemy. If that point is going to help me to achieve whatever I'm going to achieve, I add it. After all, when they are praising me, would they know where I got it from? Would they know where I got it from? No. The man father have political opponent does not mean that they have no good ideas. I may not go directly to them, but I can watch them, monitor them, and take the good ones and add to the one I have and move on. And they'll be thinking, how did you come about this? This was the kind of thing I have in my mind. I just laugh at you. I move on. So Nigeria should think about the relevance, not the source.
Honorable Minister, I'll still toe the line of my colleague. There are also those who believe that there are allegations actually that the idea behind revoking lands and all of that is to suit your interest. By suiting your interest, I mean, they are suggesting that you want to relocate or reallocate those piece of land to your associates. How would you respond to that?
Is it what they did? They are suggesting probably what they did. You know, if I tell you I listen to those things, I'm telling you lies. They gave you land, 15 years, 7 years, 10 years to develop, to make the city to look fine, build. You abandoned it. It became a land speculator. Land that government gave you to develop the city for over 10 years. And then you want to sell 3.4 billion, 4 billion. And then criminals have taken over the place. And then I come to say, look, we can't accept this. If you don't want to develop it, too bad. We'll give it to those who want to develop. Because they are my friends, so what? Assuming they are my friends, are they not Nigerians? Who will intimidate me by you are doing it to give it to a friend? Who will do that? Who is going to listen to that garbage? I'm not interested in that. I mean, they should not, those politicians, they are going to say something, then they'll be shaking. You know, they are criticizing me that I want to give it to my friends. I should give it to my enemies. I should give it to...
That's exactly what the Rufai said then.
Look, whether if I give it to my friends, they don't develop it, I take it away. I'm not going to be afraid of anybody. So all those carrying those rumors are these political losers who are afraid of their shadow. You know, one thing I can tell you about this politics, if you can't face me in the battle, you go back, you go behind to create rumors. You understand me? Your propaganda. That's what they do. Because there's nothing to talk about Wike again. There's nothing to talk about Wike. What will you say now? Tell me what will anybody say now that they have not said? Wike is ethnic. Wike is religious. Wike is this. Wike is that. And they all lost all. They lost all. They lost all. So they have nothing to say. They just go sell one thing to the press. This is what he's doing. I'm going to do what's right. If you like, say whatever you want to say. The person who appointed me to be here is the person I know that I look at him. Is he comfortable? Is he happy with what I'm doing? That's how I operate. I don't operate by gossip, what they said. Well, what my principal is happy with the job I'm doing. Who gave me the opportunity? That's all for me.
Even if it means you stepping on toes.
No, you can't do governance without stepping on toes. Then you are not prepared for it. You are not prepared for it. I'm not, I don't care anybody, no. In government, it must be somebody who will take a decision. Decision must not be suitable to everybody. No. There are decisions I have taken here, and people will come to meet me. I say, please, I'm not here not to take a decision. I'm here to take a decision. And I believe the decision I've taken is the right one. And so I have to do it. Some people will come and tell me, you know, you have to be careful. Abuja is not River State. I say, look. Please, take this your advice. I'm aware that Abuja is not River State. That's why it's called Abuja. And that's why River State is called River State. Supervising over the territory of a place. What is there? What's different? Being able to say that things must be done the right way. What is wrong with that? Being able to stop people look, let me tell you something. I was the council chairman. Remember, I was the council chairman. And one of the most important local government in Nigeria. So I've dealt with civil servants. I moved to be chief of staff, so I know. I've been a minister, I know. I I went back to one of the most known states in Nigeria. So I know there's no amount of blackmail or trying to say whatever that was changing. No, I know. I know the gimmicks. I know it. So my target is what Mr. President said he wants. This is what he wants for FCT. He wants FCT to look like a city compared to other cities in the world. He wants people of FCT to feel happy that there is a government, to have confidence in his administration. It is my duty to make people, yes, believe in him. Whatever he does, he will do through us. I went to somewhere where this, is it Gilbert? Yes, they are doing a road. I went there, the way people came out, and the security men were trying to, I said, what are you pushing them? They said, look, they've never seen a minister come out like this to come and talk to. Look at their feeling. But what is it? What is so important that you go and talk to them to have the confidence that, look, we are going to complete this road. And I told them we are going to complete the road. Have that confidence. Support us. We'll achieve it. And it will be for your own benefit. But if you don't, they will say, it's a lie. Very soon now, they will abandon the road. Nothing gives the people that happiness, that you relate with them. It is part of your job to communicate with them. Not only communicating by media only, no. One-on-one too. Let them see you and say, oh, this thing we are seeing, we are hearing on television, is it correct? So he had repeated it here. It gives you that confidence. And so FCT will not have problem with the administration of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. No. It is my duty to make them happy. I have said, I don't know who is party A, who is party B. I don't know who is ethnic 1, ethnic 2. I don't know who is religious 10 or this. I don't know that. All I know, the happiness of the people of FCT.
So talking about making everybody happy, including your workers, recently you said the monthly wage bill, the FCT stands at about 8 billion. That's not factoring in this new wage increase by the current administration. So my question would be, are you seeing it as an albatross or an opportunity, in your quest to, ensure a healthy balance between capital and recurrent expenditure in your budget?
Of course. This was what I did in Rivers. I said I was going to do 70-30. Heaven will fall. I said heaven would not fall. Heaven will be at peace. That we want development than all these irrelevant things we are talking about. As I became minister, they brought me my entitlement and I said, what is this? Is it true? What is this? I said, take it back.
Why?
What is that? Frivolities. Unnecessary. Have you seen the budgeting system? What they put in the current? Buying a computer every year? But, oh my God, this body, I will channel it to projects, to development. That's what the people want to see. Look at, when I came as FCT, 8 billion naira, 7.9, which is 8 billion. My state was a salary bill. As big as we are, no. Something fundamentally wrong somewhere. That's okay. Out of protest, I said, be paid. However, I must go into it and find out how is the FCT, as small as we are, spending 8 billion naira as a salary in the month. 2, now you have seen the wage increase. At the end of the day, where would you get the money from? Sometimes the allocation for FCT sometimes does not get more than 8 billion. So you have to use the IGR to make up. But that again, you would, because if you're a serious person, if you have, you see, it will require 8 billion naira a salary for FCT. It may be correct, but I really want to see how. I want to be convinced the population, the number of civil servants in FCT that will go up to that level. I want to see. If it is so, so be it. But I'm not going to just see the paper. No, I want to really.
Honorable Minister, I as much as you said that you don't mind listening to the voice of the opposition, one of the things that you probably will help us to put in right context is some have said that this idea of Minister of the FCT, taking care of the civil servants appears very novel. That while you were in River State, Mr. Wike was known as Mr. Project. In fact, let me add your word, quality project.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is this an improvement of what you used to do? Because this one is vis-a-vis the welfare of the civil servants and also building Abuja. What was your story like in Rivers?
No, that is not correct. Let me just tell you, people carry. I'm not saying that the welfare civil servants should not be taken. I'm not saying so. I challenge anybody as governor of Rivers. Have you ever heard, since I left office, that Rivers State was indebted to such amount of money? I challenge anybody. I challenge anybody. Have you ever heard that pensioners went on strike? No. It is not correct. I implemented the minimum wage. Yes, I did. The problem I had with the union was the chairman who wanted to use the money as a political tool. That's why she went around for Labour Party to be governor. I will fed her. Yes, very well. Didn't even get up to 3,000 votes. You thought that the election is general election is a Labour election. She saw it there. I've never had a problem. I built secretariat for the Labour Congress. I built secretariat for Trade Union Congress. It has never happened. I have always taken care of the welfare. Salaries are paid on time. What welfare do you want? That we should leave development of the state and then put everything for you. You want to do this program, you want to do that program, unnecessary programs. You don't want road to your community. You don't want the schools in your community to be in good condition. You don't want good health facilities. Nobody is saying that. Look, and whether you agree or not, if you spend 70% of your funds to the current, that country will never develop. What are you talking about? The development of the economy. How will the economy develop when there are no basic infrastructure? How? The infrastructure that stimulates the economy is capital intensive. You want the economy to grow, you don't want the rail net, you don't want the flyovers, you don't want the highways. You should just put the money and buy computers every year. Put the money, we are going for training in UK, this and that. Of what relevance is that training? General training, not specific training. Where I can bring back something to say, look, this is what I learned on this particular area. We just begin to sign our money, foreign exchange and travel. Then you come back, you go for shopping, you come back. Some even will not attend it, they stay there and sign them and go back. I mean, what kind of system is that?
Did you enjoy the promotion that you're pushing for these current civil servants in FCT too?
If I do what?
The idea of promotion too. What was that? What was the report like?
Well, why would it not be? I mean, when you are due for the promotion, they give you promotion. It's part of the happiness. Yes. If you are not promoted, how will you be a pamphlet? How will you be a director? It's promotion. You have earned it. I've gotten to this level. I'm supposed to be promoted to so level. And when you start their promotion, they will lose hope. They cannot put in their best. They cannot put in their best. I have worked, let me tell you, when I was Minister of Education, 2 permanent secretaries, Dr. Ibe, Dr. Mwajuba, up to today, relate with me. Up to today, relate with me. Dr. Ibe and Dr. Mwajuba is from Abia, Ibe from either Imo State. In fact, as I came in here, they have been able to see me as governor because I had a good working relationship. And when I came, I said, can you listen to me? I can't serve in a place where I cannot have signs of what we did, what we achieved. I can't. I must tell myself, convince myself. As a Minister of Education, what will you say you did when you were there? What input, what impact did you make? Right? And the only way I'm going to do this, open there, look. I don't want projects to be stalled. I don't want bureaucracy to stall our achievement. I don't want it. I'm not stopping you from doing your work, but what I would not like, as I came into the office this morning, you saw me, I finished all the files, not mails. Not mails. Most of the things you see mails, consicle, you ask if what is the relevance of most of these consigles or audience with you or this and that, vendor driven, I have an idea of this, I want to need to do this. These are vendor driven. I'm not interested in vendor driven. I'm interested in what we, in line with the Mr. President's agenda. It's not you coming with your own, no, not doing that. So I said, I don't want any file to stay a day longer. No, I don't want that. If I push out the file, you must also push it out immediately. When we approve the payment, yeah, I look at it, 2 days time, I'll call the DFA. Have you people paid? He said, oh, we want to send. They say, you want to do what? I stay here and sign out the file. You don't want to implement it. You want to say, you want to carry, you can't try that. You can't. Why should I, as the minister, sit down here and work? And then we're looking for procurement, the other procurement one day. Then he went to take his daughter to school. What? A working period? Taking your daughter to school? I said, look, this is not acceptable. It is not acceptable. It doesn't matter the propaganda you carry. It doesn't matter where you come from. And I said, well, you should have query. It doesn't matter. You can go and tell anybody it's because I'm from so place. It's because of this. This is the only thing I sell in Nigeria. If you don't use religion, you use ethnicity. That's all. But you won't tell them the simple truth. I mean, tell me, how can, and as important as that department, you say, I told the anti-partner secretary that I'm going to. I called the anti-partner secretary. Who is in charge of FCT? Are you the one? I'm the one. And this should be your last time you try that. So who's going to explain this now? That I want an answer to this. Who's going to explain it? So I relate to civil servants. Carry out your own functions. But don't tell me that you want to stall whatever we're doing or slow down whatever we're doing. Because at the end of the day, the people be saying the government is not doing well. Yes. Every attack is on government. Who are the political leaders? Would they say the civil servant administration they are not doing well? The civil administration is not doing well. It's not what they will say. It's not what they will say. So why would I now sit here and as I see you conduct yourself in a manner that Nigerians, the public will be complaining that the tribal administration is not doing well? Why would I allow you to do that? I can't allow you to do that. And that's why I'm here.
Excellency.
You're entitled to what you're entitled to, nobody will stop you, but you're also entitled to do the work. And move speedily as I'm doing. If you see me keep fast here, then you know that I'm stalling the progress of the administration. But if I can come, spend from morning to 6 p.m., 7 p.m. to do the work, and then you will tell me you took your child to school, then you go to the school. Another person should be doing the work. That is the simple truth.
That brings me to the next question, because you talked about another person taking the job, and on the 27th of September, you relieved about 21 heads of parastatals agencies and secretariat of their job.
Yeah.
Particularly, I will make reference to two key departments. Number one was the Abuja Urban Mass Transport Company. During your familiarization interaction with the members of staff, I think that should be 24 hours after you resumed office, you specifically asked the MD of Abuja Urban Mass Transport Company, where are the buses? You asked him. And then, of course, the Abuja Environmental Protection Board, the director, you told him that he should get his drugs ready, that he can't be sleeping when the city is dirty. Eventually, it turned out that the both of them were among those you sacked. Can you give us an insight? A lot of people criticized the way and manner the sack came. I mean, it was a public holiday. On the eve of that, on the eve of the next day, the sack was announced.
Telling me any law that establishes how somebody will be sacked the way you announce it, the day to not be announced, should it be public holiday? If you are sacked, you are sacked. There's no law that says you can be sacked only on working days. There's no law that says so. So what is the hula value of it was a public holiday? So if it was not a public holiday, you will not be sick.
As in, did you follow the procedural way of sacking them?
Let me tell you. There's nothing. The CRC had approved this for long. I just kept it. I monitor situation. And when I felt to my own thinking, I think it's time for everybody to now leave. Because they believe that nothing will happen. So you have to shock them. And we shocked them. Some people went and organized, and we are dancing. Oh, the workers are crying. Oh, we love you so much. Hey, look at Nigeria thing that you can come and send that kind of a thing for people like us. If you like cry and let people to come out, it doesn't matter.
Honorable Minister, you have been very intentional.
Sorry, but you know why I said this?
Yes.
As an appointee, even as a minister, I'm not an elected person. The CRC can wake up in the morning, relieve him of his duty. You must expect that. This is not tenured. The only tenure is as the president wants you. So you must expect it. And you don't have to say, oh, I'm going to die. No. They better prepare yourself. Anything can have on political appointment. Something that you are not in control. Don't be too sure of it. When some other person has the power, then you must know that it can be in the morning, it can be in the afternoon, it can be in the public holiday. So it doesn't matter. Yes.
You've been very firm about your idiosyncrasies and your actions. And we've seen you taking not just cursory looks, but very critical looks at all the sectors. Have you looked at illegal mining in the FCT? We know that, for instance, places like Karshi, Kuje, Pape, Buari, Kwali, among others, they've got precious minerals such as gold, marble, which have been extracted,
Well,
frequently. And we understand that top shots are the ones involved.
Mayonnaise is under what list? Under the exclusive list. Not under the state. And no state can stop what I call illegal or this. What you can do, in partner with the Minister of Solid Minerals, you can partner together to tackle the illegal mining, which you have to protect, right? Even as a governor of a state, even though that petroleum or oil is under the exclusive list, that does not mean that if you see people doing illegal mining, you will not be able to report or try to stop it. But I have no power per se to say these are illegal people, these are not illegal, these are legal people. I have no power, because sometimes too, when the licenses are given, states are not notified. It's only when people come to report to you, you now go in there and say, look what I do here. So I think the President Minister of Solid is trying to have a collaboration with states and FCT to see how they can work together as to stopping this illegal mining. Like it happens in the oil sector, which a lot of people are involved. So it happens in the solid mineral area. So it takes a very robust collaboration with the Minister of Solid Minerals and state government and the FCT to be able to reduce the illegal mining of these solid minerals or the petroleum sources.
Well, Honorable Minister, just to stay on what Gloria mentioned, when we look at the FEC meeting, we'll understand now it's going to be every Monday, and by way of reminding you, you're part of this government, and when we are having this meeting, Nigerians also want to know what are some of the plans that the government has in place, to really reduce the hardship, if not eliminate what people are going through. This definitely the residents of FCT are part of Nigerians.
So what steps have we have taken to reduce the effect of hardship in this country? Remember, well, I'm not the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Economy who has that responsibility to talk on the overall picture of the economy of the country, because that is a portfolio. But if you ask me here, since FCT is part of the what do we do to reduce the hardship? But one thing we must ask ourselves, what was the condition of the country before this present administration came? And be careful not to touch an area that people say is political. I'm being careful. But what I would say, for us, what are the things we have put together to help our people? The president has come up with a palliative to reduce, to cushion the hardship. That is a short term. But in the long run, what is the president planning? Look at the policies he's bringing out. These are not policies that will change everything overnight. It's not a miraculous thing. It's not a magic. There are policies that are hard, but at the end of the day, will benefit the country. Because of the way we have suffered. Nigerians expect, look, we'll take 1 month now, turn everything. I don't blame them. But all we are saying, look, these things are not done that way. It will take time. When the results come out, you will benefit it. I take an example when I was governor of the state. There were traffic congestions everywhere. So I called Julius Berger. How do we reduce this traffic? He said, well, we're going to consider this flyover here, that area, that area, that area. We'll do 4 flyovers at a time. The city will be shut down. He said, well, that is the sacrifice, that's the hardship. Come and see on radios. There's no abuse that I got in this world. He's going to tell us he want to steal money and he's going to abandon the project. How can any reasonable man come to say he will carry out 4 flyovers at the same time that people do 1 flyover in 6 years? He wants to do 4 flyovers in 16 months. How? Abuses or non-abuses. The same people, the same Nigerians, when they saw that even in 12 months, 3 flyovers are ready. In 16 months, the 4 flyovers are ready. Have you been to that place? Oh, it's London. Oh, it's this. You fly like this, you come down like this. You fly like this, you come. The same message. But see, that's how that just their fear is, of course, having lost confidence in government. That governments have come to tell them they will do that at the end of the day, they won't do it. And then the hardship continues. So how do you not think that this one you are coming to tell us now is just a matter of confidence? That's all. That's all. But what are the policies the present government is rolling out will help to change things in this country? Yes. But this is the period to make sacrifice.
Talking about sacrifices and projects, you talked about looking at the satisfying, especially the dictates of your principle. The president also wants to ride on the light rail, which he has said already. It's an infrastructure that the citizens of the Federal Capital Territory have been looking forward to for a long time. As it is today, when you look at the big station and the road tracks and all, it's a grim reminder of stalled projects. So how would you
Well, I when Mr. President made that statement before the annual conference of the Nigerian Bar Association, he really meant it. And that was a signal to me, hey, you better do something. I don't want to hear stories. But I will tell you the truth about the concept of that. If, really, to take out traffic, right, from the city. If that was done, first was done from here to Yanya, all those areas, it would be more impactful. But it was taken where you don't even have population at the back of the cities, at the back of the villages. But be it as it may, we can't go back. It's a project one of the projects that every day you pray that God, let me not fail. But there are landmines. It's one of the most difficult. The conception, everything was skewed against government. As I speak to you, the consultancy, so they're going to consult about 7.something billion. The dollar component, we can't pay. The what? Another, the director that has been given, you cannot give excuses. We are working towards that, by the grace of God, that Mr. President should be able to ride on the metro line. His first year in the office. In fact, we are going to FAC on Monday to seek for approval for construction of some of the roads in order to make the metro line to function very well, where people can come into the areas where they can, take the train. Because it is now, those communities that have that the train line will be helpful to them cannot, because there are no roads linking. So we are going to fake on Monday to seek for the Federal Council approval for the immediate construction of these roads. There are 7 lots, and yesterday I called the companies who were recommended before I came. I said, listen, this is the period we have. You tell me the truth. This is 4 kilometers. You are doing 3 kilometers. You are doing 2 kilometers. You are doing 1.7 kilometers. Tell me the truth here. Can you finish these roads before May? Can you finish this road before May? Luckily, we are going to the dry season. So I need a commitment. I'm not here for this. I'm not going to send the executive secretary to go and talk to them. No, I don't do that. I want you to sit down, look into my eyes, eyeball to eyeball. Can you do this? Are you sure? Nobody takes our money and goes free. Because you can't. You can't. And they said, yes. Should I be happy that you would do it? Yes. I did one by one. But they all sat there. That's okay. I pray that the Federal Council will approve on Monday. And then we will fund you. So I consider it as one of those projects at the time as emergency. But they are not emergency because the procurement process has been concluded years and awarded. Some of them have been awarded, only few that have not been awarded, but it was stalled because no payment was made. And this is a very important real life project we're talking about. That these are the link roads that ought to have been done first. It was awarded. So there are about 2 companies that FEC have not given the approval. I'm doing key of those roads that I'm taking to the Federal Council on Monday. And those other ones that have been there and there have been no funding, I invited them there. I said, okay, move to site. Move to site. I assure you, you get your money by the grace of God from next week. But the point I'm making is an important project of that nature. Whoever or those who conceptualize it, how would you have materialized without these roads? How? Where would the passengers pass from? The only place is that you want them to come to Abuja City. Do you understand me? That's the only way. If not, they have to come. There's no need because they can't come. The only way they can go is by road. And yet you are trying to decongest the transportation system. Now, if you link out to the train stations, all they need to do to drive to the train station, and then the train takes them to the city. The communities are this way. The train line pass this way at the back. But if they have taken the first plot to do where this place, ECOWAS area, to Nyanya, you would have seen the massive the congestion.
As a former, sorry, because we are really we're having limited time. As a former Minister of Education, are you concerned about the educational services in the FCT? Is it commensurate with the population? Is there a plan to have? Is there a plan to have an FCT-owned university?
You see, first of all, there is no state or FCT that will have correct education. You also have to talk about the capital. If it is not about yes, it's good to have access to education, but if you have access, no quality, doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. FCT should be able to own university when the time comes, but not at this present, the present economic reality we face. It is not going to be possible. Let us see the ones we have. How far have we been able to make it function properly? Part of the quick things we are doing, we have chosen like 100 schools within the area councils, even though they are supposed to be primary function of the area councils. But again, the children are our children. That's our own support to rehabilitate some of these schools and put them in a good learning condition. So my plan, or our plan, is not just to go and establish, let it be. It was in your time that they established a university. A university of what status? Some people in their state, take for the university has. We have a state university, we have a federal university, we have Federal College of Education Technical, we have 2 polytechnics, we have 2 polytechnics, Federal Oil and Gas Polytechnic, right? Look at the number. That does not mean it's enough. Some people came to me, why not establish a university, even if in your village? I said, no, it's not a priority. So, if I bring my village, my people will love me. I mean, if everything should not be political. Let us do something that is right, and people will appreciate. The resources are scarce. The funds are not there. Why do you create more problems? Well, sometimes when I go to some of the universities, they say some people, states, you laugh. Just because you want to play politics that I established that university. You can't believe what you'll be able to see. So I'm not in a hurry to say that we have other teaching problems. We should be able to solve them. Other people will come and then begin to face such other problems.
Okay, Honorable Minister, I have a feeling this might be my last point, and it's unfortunate that probably next time we'll be able to talk a bit about politics. You're a politician. But then, I do not live in Abuja, but I get this question, where someone is concerned about what your plan is. Let me mention that particular area, Kashi-Akpo Road. Akpo-Kashi Road, that this has been under construction for years. I hope it's part of the things you're prioritizing.
He has an interest there. Maybe he living in London. So this is the problem we have. Everybody says, this is what I'm saying. That's what we're saying now. How can you award some number of roads without having the fund? And how can we carry all at the same time? When I was Minister of Education, I used to tell the principals of Federal Government College, I changed the budgeting system. Yes, I did. You know what happened? I called the principal, listen, what are your priority areas? If you have an envelope of 100 million, for example, then you go and create 20 projects. You put 2 million, 1 million, 3 million. At the end of the day, you've not achieved anything. Therefore, this year, in my school, I want my dining hall, the classrooms, to be in very habitable condition. Okay, how much will it cost? It will cost us 40 million, 80 million, for example. I still have 20 million. I'll keep 20 million for the maintenance of the other ones. This year, I have finished this project with this one. Next year, I take up another key project. So, what we are trying to say, we look at all the options, the funds we have, which are the priority projects now. We have Otako General Hospital have been abandoned for years. Very important. We have the cultural center. Very important. We have all other roads. Very important. But the funds we have are limited. So, I'm not going to listen to my friend lives at Kashi-Akpo. No, I'm not going to listen to that. my friend lives so place. We will sit down, gentlemen, looking at these projects now, which one would that will stimulate the economy of FCT, and then we're back on those projects.
We appreciate this. I know we're completely out of time. We know that the projects are going to come, one after the other, and we really have to wrap up at the moment. I was just wondering your culinary skills, in the last few weeks. Just in 1 minute.
My what?
Are we going to see culinary skills?
You've been cooking lately.
In the next
no. Let me tell you.
1 minute.
Yes, look. You see, so many people dramatize. Yeah, I don't like when. What is in cooking? What is in cooking? I'm hungry. I should go and call the chef to prepare. You see, some of us who are brought from the home when your mothers were cooking, you are meant to stay in the kitchen. You make sure they prepare the pepper. You, the okra, you have to pound the okra. Some people may see it as a waste of time. But for me, it's very interesting. What you should know, let me tell you, when my wife had our first child in the United States, the day she came back with my first son, I welcomed my wife with okra and okazi soup. Yes. I feel proud. I can cook, and I'm happy when I eat it. I feel satisfied.
So
not to go and eat what you don't know the magnitude of Maggi, what you don't know what this, and then because they want to make profit. You eat it. I wouldn't do that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
This is just a fine place to have this conversation. It's been very insightful and engaging with the Minister of Education, Mr. Minister of the FCT. He's the Minister of State for Education, actually. The Minister of FCT, Mr. Newsom Wike. Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. And on behalf of all of us, we wish you the very best.
Thank you very much. And you too. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.